Ah yes, beautiful Botany Bay. Oh, we're lucky down here in the Shire. Look at this place. Ridiculous. So good. So, bit of a pan around. Look at this. Look at this incredible scenery we've got here. And I wanted to do a quick video on my new Explorer Pro. Mate, I've got to say, I was a little cautious, but I'm absolutely loving this thing. There's more good features than I realised. I thought a lot of it was going to be a little bit, I don't know, just a bit of a gimmick. But actually, this is pretty freaking awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I've just come from a ride right out there. Look, I didn't see anything big enough to shoot, and honestly, I've got enough fish in the fridge already. So, just enjoyed just having a bit of a drive around and a swim around out in the glorious waters of Botany Bay. So, yeah, look, just thought I'd be a bit of a YouTube wanker for a bit and just talk about what's working, what isn't, and some of the surprises I've had along the way. This is my upgrade from my 2019 Fish Pro. It was a 155 horsepower model. This is 170. Was very close to pushing the button on the 230, but I was convinced that I'd be using way too much fuel. It's probably a good idea, but yeah, got to say the 170s definitely feels like enough power. It's pretty good. There's my spare fuel tank just in case. It's 15 litres and I always carry about 10 litres in there. I've never had to use it, thankfully, on any ski. So yeah, I might, I'll talk about how I've got my spearfishing set up, and maybe just start from the front here first and talk about some of the things that people might be interested in as the difference between the Fish Pro and the Explorer Pro. So obviously there is this massive windscreen at the front here. It's growing on me. Still feels a bit derpy at times, and you kind of feel like the new kid at school with glasses. And but if you just kind of ignore it for a bit and just enjoy the fact that you're out of the wind a lot of the time, it's actually pretty good. You kind of feel sometimes like when you're up here, if I just jump into the driving position, you kind of feel like sometimes you're not having a clearer view as you'd like. That's probably your real view when you're riding there. And but like, it's not that bad. The wind, you really do notice being out of the wind. When you put your head up, and you really feel it. Being 6'4", I think the wind kind of comes up over here and does hit me in the top of the face. I have to still duck down a little bit, but I think for the average height person, that it would be pretty good. Yeah, still thinking about potentially taking it off and having a replacement part there, the stock piece that would go there, and be able to swap it back and forth as I need to, depending on what I'm doing. But yeah, it's good. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10 so far. Look, the next thing I thought was going to be a bit of a gimmick are these handles here. Handles, what am I saying? It's like what do they call it? The bumper bar or grab bar, I don't know. I like it. I didn't think it'd be as handy as it was. I thought it was, because usually I just grab under here. There's a bit of a recess under there that you can grab on the Fish Pro, but I find that I'm actually using this all the time. And just things like, you jump off out of your car, and when it's on the trailer and you're getting it off, I put my hand here to steady myself and put my foot up on the wheel arch to get onto here. And it's, gotta say, I like it. Doesn't feel as much as a kind of a weird bolt-on as it used to. It's good. Yeah. The new Garmin, it's really nice. The touchscreen is great versus the previous version I had. I still haven't worked out how to make it turn on automatically. And there's a few annoying things with it, like the notifications come up on the screen, which is great, but you can't choose what notifications you do and don't want. So I get every notification under the sun that I wouldn't even usually get on my phone. So I got to work that out. But anyway, the new dash is really good. It's a bit small at times. And you can't customize the left-hand side, which would be nice. But yeah, I am enjoying that new dash. And you've got the sound control, so you can forward and reverse tracks volume up and down. That's nice, so you don't have to touch anything over here ever. It wants to connect in two ways, either via Bluetooth or the actual USB cable, which I've got in there. Now that, I don't know, they always seem to be fighting over each other, and it's a bit finicky. The USB cable rarely actually wants to connect, and the idea of bringing up the apps onto the screen is really cool, but USB connecting to the phone for some reason just doesn't want to work properly. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, just something to look out for. But yeah, enjoying that. The next big thing, this is the biggest game changer for me, and I absolutely love it, is being able to rise the handlebars up and down. Being 6'4" again is like that. I was always leaning over on the Fish Pro. Standing up riding, you're always kind of bending down a bit, and that really gets you back after a while. So I think not only is it better for my back, it's actually better for, just gives the ski a better feel to ride. It just feels a lot more agile. I don't know, it's really interesting. Loving it. So that is great. I'm usually in the up position, and sometimes I'll even, get that out of the way. I'll put this into the down position, and I'll sit right back here and put my weight right back and just lean forward and just grab onto the handlebars from there. That's might probably look really weird, but it's actually a really weird, comfortable way to drive. Anyway, there's that. Yeah, that is a game changer. They need to bring that out on every ski. For tall people. I'll tell you what, the other weird thing, I do really like the ergo locks. They weren't on my 155, my 2019 Fish Pro, and being able to lock your knees into those is great. I'll tell you what I found though, being 6'4", that's where my knees sit. So I have to bring my legs back like this and really put them in a bit of a weird position. And you can kind of see, it's not that bad, but you do notice it being a tall bloke. You can kind of see a groove there. I think the average guy will kind of have his foot there, and there's a nice groove for your body to fit into. But 6'4" blokes are a bit bigger. So I think SeaDoo needs to bring out like a small, medium, large version, or like a depth that you can raise up and down pads or something for the big guys. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to pull this out a bit because the tide's quickly going out. There you go. That's oh, that's so good. I'm so glad I got that on video. Happy days. I hope someone gets a laugh out of that. I did. So, all right. Color scheme. I really like this color scheme. It's awesome. I really liked the green and white and little bits of orange on the 2019, but yeah, I don't know. This color scheme's a bit more badass. Trying not to change anything of it yet. It's just enjoying what it is for now, and yeah, it's good. I usually have, okay, moving to the back here. Oh, one other thing I'll tell you is the seat feels a little firmer than my Fish Pro. It's great, definitely a little bit comfier. Maybe it's not, maybe it's just me thinking it is, but anyway, it does feel like it. So, I'll tell you what I've got at the back here. This isn't my usual setup. I usually have the esky in this position and those two behind the esky. But today, at lunchtime, threw my laptop into this bag here with my wetsuit and stuff, and just rode the whole ski to around the corner there. There's a pub on the water basically. So I got a few hours of work done at the pub, changed into a wetsuit, and cracked on and went for a dive. Nothing worth spearing, but man, I had an awesome time. It's so good to be able to, have that bag and be really versatile with it. I don't usually run with this platform here that gives you all these options to put different kit on it. So I could have I could double that onto that side and just have the bag squashed in the middle a bit if I wanted to. I'm probably going to get a 30-litre box that'll sit about that high and use that for different bits and pieces. But yeah, that's cool. I'm not going to call it like a game changer or anything, but it is. That was really, really cool today. And when I go camping, even not even camping off the ski, just being able to instead of having that bag full of camping gear in my car and taking up space, I can lock it on the back of the ski. So this whole ski just becomes a huge trailer in a way, but stock and neat. All right. So my spearfishing setup. Is that locked in? Yeah. So these guys lock in here. I think. Look, if you've got this far into YouTube to looking at Explorer Pro, you probably know how this whole bag system works. That whole thing is a massive panel that has multiple different attachment points. All these little holes here are ready to be configured however you want to make it, which is awesome. And the back here has multiple extra link queue points. So really you can just configure this however you like. I've got to say that having the esky on top of that platform really pushes up against this seat, which means this pocket here is actually unusable. It's a fair sacrifice because I think it's still a pretty good setup. But you can just take that off, this part off, and ride just with the esky and the normal link queue points and just put that stuff at the back. Anyway, waffling on a little bit. So this is my spearfishing setup. Really similar to my last setup, and you can go back and find my video on this. But it's these straps. They're called Versa straps. They're like $7 from Bunnings. That's bolted through with a washer on. These are all stainless, of course, and it's screwed on the other side of the esky with a bit of silicone sealant in the middle there. And it's just super easy. It just means that that's it. It's done. It's not going anywhere. And when you pull that off, I'll just show you now. Pull that off, throw that in the water, and then throw your gun in and you're done, basically. I'll clean that up later. The other thing you might notice here is this guy here. This is they're about $40 from Whitworth, so you probably get them from any chandlery. And they're, I think it's for sailing mostly. It's a little gripper thing of just the stainless steel to screw into the esky, and I basically just add this little elastic cord onto my float, and I just pull that in there, and it's locked in. It's not going anywhere, which is pretty good. This cord is also really good if you catch a cray and you don't have a bag. You just wrap that a couple of times around the cray and it's not going anywhere. You can just hang it off your float. Really, really cool. Maybe I can lift this up. Damn, 13 minutes. Still going. So yeah, there's the other side. Just a washer and a nut and see a bit of silicone sealant. This is the weird thing that SeaDoo don't provide. They have this divider, but they don't provide a divider. So just buy a $3 chopping board and just cut it to. You got to cut it on there's a weird angle to get it in nice and get that in there. And there's my. Gotta get rid of that. There's my leftover frames, so I'll be throwing those in the water a bit later. Just leave those out so I don't forget. Oh, stinky. Yeah, that's probably about all to talk about there. Getting to the end of the line here, I think. Final thing is my flag system here. Again, this was in my last video, same setup. And it's basically, here goes into the female in there. That tube, outer tube just slides down, and now I can just unfurl my flag, and yeah, nice and easy. I think I've touched a jellyfish or something in there. Damn, little bugger. What else is there to talk about here? I think we're getting to the end. Oh, here's something. This guy, yeah, two things here. So this strap here, when I have the esky in that position usually, I also have this that I've just locked behind these. You can unscrew this piece here and I've attached this little thing, which means that guy I clip onto there. So because I have actually stuffed up and not locked this in properly, so that's just a bit of security. What's that? Another bit of security, while I think of it, is this little thing. So that's just a, put that off so you can see it properly. It's a stainless steel ring on a bit of mono, and another bit, just in case for some reason something happens here and I need to, you know, the gun comes off, at least it's the secondary system. So I try and, I don't know, I'm a bit dumb sometimes, and I try and do little backups, have multiple redundancies, I guess. Yeah, so the other thing I've got there, this rope, is for some reason, I don't know, I always seem to be the guy that's, oh look at that, that's pretty useless, isn't it? What have I done there? Okay, something to sort out a bit later. I don't know what I think I was playing with that earlier and I think I must have undone it. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, because that usually goes through there. Yeah, tell you what, done some fuck-ups today. Usually that locks into here, so that's not an issue. Anyway, so that rope from the back here is you know, tied into there like a normal, as if you put toe on a ski. And if I need to tow someone, because I do, like I was trying to say, every 5 rides I seem to be the guy that is helping someone out on the water, because there's always a lot of numpties out here. And I can just unclip that, and I've got a ski rope in here ready to go. So rather than having to go to like jump out of the water and try and attach it to the back of the ski, I can really quickly just attach this to that, throw it in the line, pull them out, and then I can get on with my dive. Yeah, because you never want to be the guy that says, no, I'm not helping you. You just, I don't know, you kind of feel like if you're on the water, you're obligated to help. You have to do it. No questions asked. First aid kit is in there. I'm going to put another bunch of stuff in there, flares and a couple other things. The way I have this set up is, again, I've shown this in my other videos, but anyway, there's all my dive gear in there, and I have another bucket in here that is, there's my weight belts at the bottom, so that never messes with my dive gear and breaks mask and stuff, which I've done once before. Got the black Cooper's anchor, that's the right one, with about 3.5 meters of chain. I can't remember the diameter of this, but I've got the chain guard on it, so I don't have to worry about it wrecking my ski. And yeah, so when I pull up, I pull that out, throw the anchor overside, and oh yeah, and then put this back in, and yeah, pull what I need from there to get ready for the dive. Yeah, there's the other thing I've just noticed, which is again in my other video, but fantastically, fins fit perfectly through that gap there. You've really got to jam them in. You've got to make sure that they extend over here to properly lock in, because you don't want to lose your fins. That would suck. Yeah. All right. Jesus, 18 minutes. That was a long one. Anyway, I hope this helps someone. Yeah, I know when new skis come on the market, and it's always good for Spearos to see how other people set their gear up to try and get some things straight in their head. Hey, I hope that helps somebody. Here's my ugly head, and here's the awesome view we've got here. It's gonna pan out here. Just close off. A bit of water.